Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got LARCENY B523 on the channel. Now, if you know anything about me and LARCENY, you know I love it. So, the last LARCENY that they just released, the A123, amazing. Amazing. It was already in my top list of bourbons for this year, of just releases, because it was holding on to that number one spot until I got into the old Carter. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for putting up with the music. I had some licensing issues with the copywriting going on. The creator, he's a great guy. I just had to get his permission in order to be able to use it now and still be able to monetize. Once I got that cleared up, we're good to go. Got that done today. So we are back to the old music. Cue the music.
Bottom drop, bottom drop, bottom drop.
Before we get into this review, I just wanted to say stick around to the end. Like, comment, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get these videos all the time. I just want you guys to stick around to the end because I've pretty much been traveling since May 4th, Friday, May 4th. It started out with my son's basketball tournament. Then we came back home. We had about a day to prepare before me, the wife, and my sons went to the Dominican Republic for a week. That was a roller coaster ride. That thing right there, man, between lost luggage and canceled flights, it was topsy-turvy. It was up and down. But anyway, I've got some bottles. I want you guys to stick around to the end. I will put those bottles out. Some bottles I got in Pennsylvania. The other bottles I got in Maryland on my way back from the basketball tournament. So let's get back into the review. This is another release already, man. Look, it's easier for me. This is a fresh crack for me to go ahead and just open it up with a razor blade because it's something about my OCD that just won't allow me to have that gap in the black. It just looks cleaner to me when it's like this. It just gets to me. But like I said before, if you know me and LARCENY Barrel Proof, you know that I am a big fan of LARCENY Barrel Proof. The A123 so far, it's a monster. The C921 used to be my LARCENY Barrel Proof monster. Then the A122 came out, it was kind of earthy. B522 came out, loved it. C922 came out, I actually thought it was better. Just going off of memory, I thought it was better. Then I put them side by side, and the B522, it was close, but the B522 won out. And the B522 wound up taking my number 4 spot of top bourbons in 2022. So far, A123 is coming in at a monster. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Let's get into the nose. A little bit of a floral nose. Get a little bit of oak. I mean, it is 6 to 8 years old. You know that the blend in LARCENY Barrel Proof is 6 to 8 years old. It normally comes in at 68% corn and 20% wheat and 12% malted barley. Let's get into the palate. Wow. Spicy, cinnamon. Now on the nose, it was floral and it was oaky. And I wasn't picking up much, and you guys know me, I tend to pick up a lot more notes on the nose after the first sip. So let's go back into the nose one time. Yeah, still, that floral note has kind of gone away. It is more oaky now. There's a little bit of a light brown sugar maybe, and some caramel. I'm picking up more of a citrus note too. Let's see if we can go back in the palate and pick up anything different. Yeah. So a little bit of those floral notes transfer over. It's got a hint, just a hint of an earthy note in it. I am picking up some of those citrus notes in here, that caramel note, that salted, I call it salted caramel, salted popcorn. It is just, it's got a really nice sweet and salty note at the same time. It's got a touch of savoriness. It's got a nice finish across the back. Across the back, I would have to say you get more of a chocolate. You don't get any leather. It's more of a chocolate, and it's still going. It's pretty thick. The mouthfeel is excellent on this thing too. I mean, that is just oily. That is super oily. If you could imagine taking a piece of caramel candy, the soft chewy type, and you just let it kind of dissolve and it just sits on your tongue, that's pretty much what that is. In a glass, that's pretty much what that is. I mean, it has a very, very, very viscous mouthfeel. I want to pour up just a little bit more and maybe give you guys a look at the color of it, because it is pretty dark. 6 to 8 years old, you should expect just a touch of darkness in it. It's not going to be super dark, but it is pretty dark. It's got a nice brown amber color. When it comes to Larceny Barrel Proof, in my opinion, Larceny Barrel Proofs are some of the best wheated bourbons on the market, especially for the price. I mean, you talk about a $60 product. Now, I did get this at MSRP. I bought it at the Virginia ABC. I got the notification on my phone for non-allocated stuff. I am signed up to a website that will send me notifications when the non-allocated stuff hits the shelves. And I got the notification on my phone, went in the store, they had it sitting right there on the shelf, 60 bucks. I don't think that there is a better wheated bourbon out there for $60. And I am a big fan of Maker's Mark, but in my opinion, the Larceny's just come in a little more rounded. I mean, not 60% corn, 68% corn. So that 68% corn, that 20% wheat, and that 12% malted barley, to me, just it's a lot more rounded than the Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark is very good, but it sometimes can be a little punchy and a little spiky. This right here, on the other hand, it does have some spice notes, but it is way more rounded out than the Maker's Mark. Let's get into the breakdown. Is it worth the chase? Larceny Barrel Proof, as you can see, is always worth the chase, in my opinion. I have not had a bad one yet. Is it worth over retail? I would go as high as my 30 over retail, because I like these that much that I would definitely chase them. Would I give it to a new bourbon drinker? I would not give any Larceny Barrel Proof to a new bourbon drinker, especially this one coming in at 124.4 proof. I mean, that is a heck of a proof to give to a new bourbon drinker and expect them to sit there and keep a straight face. Will it always be on the bar? You can tell that I am a fan of Larceny. So whenever they release one, it might not be the new B523, but it will always be on the bar. Now, I asked you guys to stick around to the end so you can see some of the bottles that I picked up in Pennsylvania and Maryland. Let's get to it. Now, these aren't necessarily special bottles, but these are bottles that I picked up that I think deserve some camera time. So first bottle is going to be the Pure Kentucky. Now, the Pure Kentucky that I have, it does not have the bubble in the neck like I said on the video. It has the straight neck and it has a twist cap. Now, they went from the twist cap to the bubble in the neck and the cork cap. So I do want to put this side by side with another one, so be on the lookout for that. This was a bottle that I picked up in Pennsylvania. This is David E. This is Pennsylvania straight bourbon whiskey. It is only aged for 2 years. It is double oaked. I did have some of this thing. Can't wait to get that one on the channel. This one right here is straight out of Arkansas. This one is Rocktown. I got this one for 40 bucks. It is a 19-year-old whiskey. 19 months, not 19 years, 19 months old. And let's just say I may have paid a little too much for this one. So next up on the list, I'm gonna have to go down for this one. I was a little disappointed with the PA alcohol system. I mean, It was like walking into the Virginia ABC. If you've ever been in the Virginia ABC, you know what I mean with the prices and everything and how the whole store is set up. But instead of being a full shelf or full wall of bourbon, it was like maybe a third of the size of what Virginia ABC has. And now I understand when guys are in the comments and they talk about, man, that's a great selection. I didn't know Pennsylvania was like this. It is very, very, very small. When you walk in there, there is not a large selection. However, I thought it was all said and done that I wouldn't be able to find anything up there. I found this one, and then I found the new Booker. So this will be on the channel now. I was not supposed to be doing any recording because I recorded 4 episodes before I even left to go to the Dominican Republic. But the fact that I found the new Larceny Barrel Proof and the fact that I got the Bookers, I have to put those on the channel. Now I found a couple of little cool ones too. I've already had one of these, so this is going to go on the channel. Since this is a Willet line, once I review this one, I will review this one as well. And then I found a 3-year-old Willet Rye. It's 108 proof. It is only aged for 3 years, so I am going to give those a try on the channel. I wanted you guys to just stick around, see what I have coming up. I've already shot the video for the Green River Wheated Bourbon, the S&W store pick, Architect store pick, and I also shot the video for the Starlight Sherry Cask Finish. So with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.